right, Aquarius. We are going to read from the Osei Gypsy Tarot deck today, or tonight, whenever you're watching this. But we are going to get an oracle card. Well, something just flew across. Liberation. That is a beautiful card. So, this has to do with freeing oneself from possibly earthly attachments. This is an important feeling for Aquarius because Aquarius like to be free. May we see one more? So this is something that will come up in this reading. Protection. Wow. So this could be an archangel. This is beautiful. This is absolutely amazing. So there is an archangel that is not mentioned very often. Actually, in the Christian Bible, he's not mentioned at all. Although, when you see references to angel of God, this may be him. Do you see the dagger there? I believe, and especially there is a violet. This is a violet ray. This tells me that this is, along with this word liberation, this is Archangel Zadkiel, Zadkiel. Now, this is the ultimate archangel of forgiveness, especially if you need to forgive yourself, liberate yourself. As well, this archangel can convince God not to intervene. This archangel has incredible powers. This is an archangel of protection. This archangel will assist you in memory as well, if there's something you're trying to remember, as well as help you to find things that you've lost items. But again, this archangel is the ultimate angel of compassion and forgiveness, and especially when you're trying to release yourself. If you're judging yourself for something in your past, this is the archangel to call upon. All right, so this archangel can also assist with your transformation, spiritual transformation, and releasing, if you want to release any negative energies. And it is a good archangel, all right? There's a lot of controversy over this archangel, but there's no doubt in my mind that this is absolutely a good angel, all right? I'm just going to roll this deck. I'm looking up at the ceiling right now. What can this archangel assist Aquarius with? Resolution, to resolve things. I mean, this could be, you may want, a lot of you sometimes are saying, I want to release, ties with so-and-so. This is the archangel to call upon. Squaring the circle, doing the impossible. If you think that something is impossible. We have here, deja vu. Memories, see that? Retrieving memories. Let's see a little bit more. I'm just getting a little rhythm going here. I'm going to stop here. Starting over, the breath of life. Breathe. Do you notice that sort of violet aura? Could be having to do with the authentic expression. And I feel like, this is you, the real you. Notice how this is sort of in the shape of a rune, Wunjo, which means joy. As well, this authentic expression, I think, is your true self, because this archangel helps you to see your true self, see the divinity within yourself, and not to focus on anything that's ego-related. Yep, to become aware. This may have to do with, just look at the triangle there. This could easily have to do with memory, retrieving memory, spiritual advancement. Anything else? Wow. Well, the meaning of maktub is it is written. I honestly don't know how to interpret that except that the real meaning, perhaps, of the scriptures, this archangel may assist in interpreting. Let me just think about this for a moment. Oh, I think this has to do with those of you who have a divine purpose. It is written because the other thing, this archangel works closely, I believe, with the chosen ones, and to help you remember what your purpose is here, why you're here. Anything else? And finally, in 3, 2, 3. Okay, let's see what this is. Squaring the circle, doing the impossible. Doing the impossible. I'm going to explain something now about this squaring the circle thing, because I think it's important for everyone to know this, just to take the mystery out of it. So squaring the circle is impossible, right? It's impossible. And what do we mean by squaring the circle? What it means is the following. What it means is, can we have a circle that has the same area as a square? Now, what do we mean by that? Let's say you were going to buy a condo and you asked, how many square feet does this piece of property have? You want to know, how much space you're going to have to put your furniture. So what you're asking is the area of the square, all right? So let's say that this, this distance were 5 centimeters and this distance were 5 centimeters. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but if you want to calculate the area of a square, you simply multiply the 5 centimeters by the 5 centimeters, which gives you 25 squared centimeters. There's the area of this very small flat that you're going to buy. So similarly, what we want to know is, can we have let's say you're buying, let's say the other option that you have is a condo that's a circle, all right? Can we have a condo that is exactly 25 squared centimeters? No, we really can't. And I'm going to explain to you why. It has to do with this problem here. There's something very mysterious about a circle. So let's just look at the definition of an actual circle. Let's say this is the very center of the circle. And let's say this is sometimes we call this the perimeter or the circumference of the circle. In other words, how much distance you would have to go if you were to lay out a piece of tape. So what the definition of a circle is, an object that has the exact same distance between the center and every point on the circle, every single point. So all of these, this is often called the radius. They're all the exact same. And you can have an infinite number of points here. So if you were to literally just draw these points that are exactly the same distance away from the center, eventually you would see a circle forming. Now, here's the crazy thing. For every circle, whether it's big or small, there is a ratio. In other words, a relationship between this distance, the distance from the center to every point on the circle, and the circumference, okay? So if you were to take any circle, whether it's big or small, and you were to take this radius, if it were, say, a string, and you laid one out, oh, okay, you're going to lay two out, oh, and you're going to lay three out, oh, you don't quite get the full circumference. You would need, in order to, the ratio between this radius and your circumference, you actually need, how many of these do you need? Well, you need 3.14. 1, 5, 9, 2, 6, 5, 4. It goes on and on and on. It's called, this number never ends, which is called an irrational number. So how can that be? So as you can see, by the way, this number is called pi. And it's the same for every single circle, whether it's a small circle or a giant circle. What you will find is that for every single circle, this circumference requires how many of these? 3.14159, and it goes on and on and on. The number never ends. So it's almost a circle, a perfect circle, whether big or small. This is going to be the same number. It's a relationship. Pi is a ratio. It's a relationship that always applies for every circle between its diameter and its circumference. So right away, we know that we don't get this when we're, by the way, so when we're calculating how do we calculate the area of a circle? All right. So this applies for every circle. Let's say that we have this circle, and we know that the radius is, let's say it's 2 feet, okay? Now, it doesn't matter how big or small the circle. There is one calculation that will always work to give you the area, okay? And it is, so the area of a circle is pi times r squared. So r squared is the radius squared. So all this means is r squared is radius times radius. So 2 times 2 is 4. So it would be pi times 4 square feet. So let's see what we get for the area. So if we are allowing ourselves to round off that irrational never-ending number to 3.14, oh, I forgot what we got. It's 12 point something square feet, okay? But the problem is it'll go on and on and on. This number, if we use the actual pi, this number is going to go on and on and on and on. So the area itself is going to end up being an irrational number. Okay? Now, so as you can see, that doesn't happen with a square. When we're calculating the area of a square, let's just say that this is 2 feet and this is 2 feet. We're going to end up getting, 2 times 2, which is 4 square feet. Okay? So we get a number that doesn't go on and on and on and on. So the answer is, if you use actual pi, the actual never-ending number, you can get something that's pretty close, a circle that has an area that's pretty close to a square, but not really. So there's something very mysterious about a circle. Now, some say that it can be done in the 4th dimension, okay? Because what we're using with these calculations are length and width. We're not using, there's a missing element. In the 4th dimension where we have the tesseract, we would be able to do that. But anyway, I'll just leave it at that. That's basically the essence of what this squaring the circle thing means. So you might recall seeing the drawing of the in Dante's Paradise. There's a reference to, as the geometer his mind applies to square the circle, nor for all his wit finds the right formula, however he tries. And what he was trying to say is that this represents a task that's beyond human comprehension. So, and it's like imagining God or paradise, but really it's like imagining another dimension, the fourth dimension. All right, now, here is a quote from Einstein about geometry and mathematics. He says, as far as the laws of mathematics refer to reality, they are not certain. And as far as they are certain, they do not refer to reality. Here's another quote from Einstein. I don't believe in mathematics. Anyway, let's get to the tarot. All right. Okay. All right, so what do we have for Aquarius? This is probably a message from Spirit. So I'm seeing 2 more and then 5. 1 more and then 5. Sorry. All right, in 5. In 4. In 3. In 2. And in 1. What do we have for Aquarius? It's right here. Look at the 4 cups. Almost like 4 sides. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords looking at the 4 of Cups. Well, remember, so you could be raising your sword here, asking for clarity and justice toward the 4 of Cups. Now, in the 4 of Cups, there are 3 cups that someone is staring at. And there is a 4th cup, which is coming from the gods. It's the golden yod of God reaching out to the person who is staring at 3 cups that are in physical reality. So someone, you may be, pointing out that someone is not even aware of this 4th cup because it's emanating from a non-physical reality. Somebody here is just very deeply connected to what they can see in the physical, in the 3D world. So you could be raising your sword to people who are ignoring, the cup from God, things that are in the spiritual realm. Show me more, please. Wow, interesting. But you do see, in the 7 of Cups, somebody sometimes can see a vision. Sometimes they're hearing something that can't be explained, or they're seeing a ghost, or they just can see the future. They're seeing something that isn't in the physical realm. So, I think that you may be wondering, is it real? What I'm seeing, am I crazy? No, you're not crazy. You're just looking into something that is not of this world. So the 7 of Cups, on the other, at the same time, the 7 of Cups could represent this person, because often the 7 of Cups is somebody who is literally distracted by glitter. So they're focused on outer appearance. So you may be dealing with people who only, all what they're seeing is what's on the outside. They're seeing, they can be distracted by physical appearance. They're judging books by the covers is what they're doing. And I think you're seeing beyond this. Show me more, please. Cancer and Scorpio energy there, by the way. Wow. All right. So we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. This is interesting. So with the Knight of Pentacles, that can be someone who is very stubborn, very determined, someone who will not budge or move from their position. And there is somebody clearly, by the way, the name of the card of the Seven of Cups is the Lord of Illusory Success. So you may be surrounded by people who are very, very stubborn in the sense that they are literally they are focused on outward appearance. Over here is something that is supposed to be grounded and stable. Notice that it has to do with earth. It's an earth sign here. In fact, it's related to Taurus. It's fixed earth, which is essentially fixed earth is Taurus and Taurus only. It's not mutable earth. It's not Virgo. It's not cardinal earth. It's not Capricorn. It's fixed earth. And so I think the message here is that it's an illusion. If someone is determined and, stakes their stability on the physical, that is literally they are staking their security on an illusion. The physical reality is actually an illusion. It's not. It's the opposite of reality. It's really not here. We're beginning to see now why the squaring the circle thing came out. The Seven of Cups, by the way, is considered to be similar to the moon and to the devil. So as you can see, these are things that are temporary. They are not built on a solid foundation. So, being distracted by outward appearances, that's what's going on here. Somebody is absolutely certain that if they rely on what they can see, on what is in the physical, what they can see, that they are on solid foundation. Well, the opposite is true. The opposite is true. There is a warning in the Seven of Cups. It warns us not to give in to seduction or temptation or addiction. So the message here could be that whatever is going on around you right now, you may be pressured, to put your faith in the material. That, in a way, is, you could be feeling like you're being seduced by the material world. I think you're being called upon to have faith here, that there is much more. Show me a little bit more, please. Taurus and Scorpio energy there. Yeah, wow. Amazing. Now, this is really an important point here. So here is this idea of stability here, the Knight of Pentacles. But here you are in the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is the Lord of material success. However, how is it reached here? Why is it that this Nine of Pentacles lady has that? Sorry, it's Lord of material gain, the Nine of Pentacles. Well, in her vineyard, she has all the necessities to live without ever leaving. From the grapes she receives fruit and wine. She has a falcon who hunts for her. She is not just blindly walking around in a garden of abundance. She is the garden. She relies, in the original card, it's very yellow. The sun is yellow, which she knows makes her crops grow and life thrive. She knows that it's the steadiness of the constant sun that keeps everything moving. She is balancing the spiritual with the material. And she's also taking time for her own spiritual advancement. You can compare her to what the man who is stuck in the Eight of Pentacles is doing. He's so busy. The man in the Eight of Pentacles is so busy working on the material, he has no time to advance spiritually. So what she has, she will never lose, because she understands the cycles of life and the importance of the sun. So she does not put, although it's the correct interaction with the material world. She also doesn't need a man. Let me read you a quote about her. The woman in the Nine of Pentacles knows that love comes within yourself and all around you. She understands the difference between object-oriented love, commonly called lust, and true love for everything around her. She loves her garden, her body, her bird, the falcon, and the snail. There's a snail in the original card. She understands them all and is filled with compassion for everything around her. She is in touch with the natural world. She is radiating from a place of love. This is the way she can attract people that will truly love her for her. All right? So let's keep going. It also suggests that you don't need a man. You can stand on your own. Show me more, please. Okay. Wow, look at the sun. Look at the Nine of Pentacles lady and the sun. Wow. 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 I just saw 1333, by the way. So there's a couple of messages that I'm seeing here. First of all, to stay focused on the light, all right? With the Sun Tarot card, this is often the subconscious and the conscious coming together. It's a card of enlightenment. It's a card of solar energy. So Spirit may want you to have bathed a little bit in some sunlight to soak up some photons. There's also encouragement here to see the positive side of things. All will be well. There is purity, passion, and freedom here. Enlightenment. It's interesting because we were speaking about circles. Well, we orbit the sun. There is also something very good coming up in the future. I believe that Spirit wants you to have confidence in the future. There is a ray of sunshine that is going to break into your life. This is actually a time of hope, joy, and celebration, and a time to be optimistic. And I think what the message is here is you may be looking around you and seeing the opposite of this. Just know that that is the illusion. You have done very well and you've reached a very high state of enlightenment here. Show me a little bit more. And I believe that this is also part of your purpose. It certainly is. Look at this, and we're back to the Fool. You are about, and look at you, and in this card, the Fool is looking toward the sun. There is a brand new journey that's about to come up for you, and it is all positive. And I feel like this is a confirmation to maintain your fresh ideas and your, think outside the box outlook. Notice how we have we've got two suns here, and they are, in fact, circles. Did you know that the name of the Fool tarot card is called the Spirit of Ether? There is a white sun that shines on the Fool, and the sun embraces this. What's interesting is with the sun, the placement of the sun here, it never sets. It's at an angle of 45 degrees, and that equals the number 9. The number 9 is the height of spirituality that you can reach in one lifetime. The Hermit is number 9. The Hermit also stands on a summit. So it appears to me that you have reached a very high state of enlightenment. You are ready for a new journey, for a new life, and everything is positive and optimistic here. When we look at the very top of the Tree of Life, we have the Magician, which is supposed to represent the conscious mind, the High Priestess, which is supposed to represent the subconscious, and the Fool, which represents the superconscious. I think you are being told here is to maintain your faith and your belief that you are part of something huge. So don't let anyone or anything hold you back from your dreams and from your visions. The advice of the Fool card is to jump in. Don't overthink a situation, just do it. Be the person that you want to be. By the way, it's incredibly good for an outcome in love. Romantically, it doesn't matter what. If you think there's a difference, an age difference or something between you and somebody else, or some kind of societal block regarding culture, you and this other person will ignore these things and bond through the powers of the superconscious. There is such a positive message in this reading. I can't overstate that. All right. Let's see if we can get a final bit of advice from Spirit for Aquarius. You'll be lighting the way for others. Something did flip. Here we go. Your smile illuminates my soul. It makes me feel whole. There is no part of me that your love cannot fill. From the first moment we met, I am forever grateful, and I count my blessings each day. Beloved Jewel, for many of you, this is a beautiful romantic outcome. Anyway, Aquarius, let me know if this resonates. It sounds fantastic. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.